everyone, coming to you a little worse for the wear. Ugh. Unexpectedly had my grandson from about noon to 7:30 today. He was delightful as always. I had a wonderful time with him, but everything that I had planned on accomplishing today, of course, went out the window. And I am tired. I'm always tired after a long shift with him, but it's worth every moment. But my daughter got called in unexpectedly to work, and so Nana got called in unexpectedly to babysit. My husband and my youngest daughter were home today, so they were both good helpers. So I did get a couple of the household things done, but it's now, I think, about 8 o'clock at night, and I'm just now getting on to here to try to do a quick Dollhouse diary, which I still have to edit and upload. So hopefully I won't be up too late tonight doing that. Last week I thought I would have lots of time to do things, and I did have lots of time to do things, but I spent a lot of time wasting time sitting around doing jigsaw puzzles, kind of just being really lazy, which I'm a little annoyed with myself that I didn't take more advantage of the free time while I had it to do Dollhouse things, but on the other hand, I think I probably needed the break of just kind of not, low expectations, not doing very much. I did have to take down the Christmas tree and all the Christmas stuff, so that was kind of time consuming, kind of a lot of work, but just about done with that. So what I did work on though was this little chair. Does not yet have a seat or a back. It does come with it. This was a kit, and I do have some video footage that I hope it's good enough that I can do a separate video about trying out this kit from this artist in the Netherlands, and I'll talk more about that in that video. I do have to put the seat in the back end still, so, but this is the one that I plan to use in the housekeeper's room. Now, that said it's a little bit bigger than I anticipated, meaning this way. It's a little bit wider. So I'm not 100% sure it's going to work in the room. It may just kind of overwhelm that tiny little room a bit, but so far I think it's okay. I'm going to try it out, and if I don't use it there, I'm definitely using it somewhere else because it's just really a really nice kit and really, really well made. It's going to be a nice little chair. I did a couple of things up here, mostly in the bathroom. If I get in as close as I can with this camera, you can see there's a little soap dish and a little jar of bubble bath on the window sill back there. Now that bubble bath was on the bureau here, and the box is still here, but I don't know. It seemed silly to have bubble bath on the bureau. It makes more sense to have it in the bathroom, so that's where that is. I bought a frame, which I painted and put a mirrored tile in. So we now have a mirror. And I made this little shelf, which I will clutter up with some things. I have some things on order for that. Another little soap dish, which I had in my collection. Some rolls of toilet paper. A little basket of bath things. Also, these were all things I had in my collection. Now, I did start to try to put some light fixtures on either side of this mirror, and then realized that when I wired the dollhouse, in a couple of the rooms, I did put copper tape at this height where I could have done that, but I didn't do it in this bathroom. So I'm going to have to, or find a battery light. I did order a battery light that I think might work. I'm hoping it won't stick out too much. I will have to go up here. It's definitely going to stick out too far to have one on either side of the mirror. But if the light isn't too big, too overwhelming, I will put it up here and it'll be above the mirror. And then, as I said, I ordered some little bathroom accessories to go on here. I also want to hang up a towel, have a towel rack, and make a bathroom. So a bunch of things. I'm also planning to have a light in the hallway up here. There's going to be stairs coming up here. So those are the little bits that I managed to get done this week. I also gave some thought to my goals for this year. I don't have a ton of specific goals, and even the goals that I have are not terribly specific. The two goals that I have are, one, to make a profit with the Etsy shop this year. I'm nowhere near ready to think about trying to make any sort of money off of YouTube or any of that stuff. I'm a long, long way from that, but I would like to try to turn a profit on the Etsy shop, even if it's just a few $100s this year. The first year, which was only half a year, was a loss, which I fully expected because I was investing in tools and materials. I hoped to have at least broken even this year, but I didn't quite make it. I came out again with a loss. So I need to curb my spending really, and then work on beefing up the shop some more. I'm working, as you know, on the photography layout for the shop. I also want to try to have some more handmade items in the shop, which I had started doing. I did a series of braided rugs, but I would like to have some other things that I make rather than just relying on vendors for things in my shop. The things that I put in the shop are pretty much curated. They're things that I will buy one of, and if I like it, then I'll stock it. But there are also things that are available elsewhere. So really, I think I need to focus more on the one-of-a-kind things that I make myself. And then the other goal that I have for 2026 is to be a little bit more organized with my time. And what that's going to look like for me is that I'm going to try to time block my day again. I used to do this, I think it was a couple years ago, I did this thing where I kind of like every night I mapped out my day for the next day, where I said, from 7 to 8, I'm going to do, workout, shower, whatever. 8 to 8:30, take care of the dogs. 8:30 to 10:30, do housework, chores, etc. 10:30, be in my workshop, do the dollhouse. It looked a little different every day. And I think it was pretty effective. I think that I kind of rebelled against it because anytime anything unexpected came up, or there was something that threw my planned schedule out of whack, I would get really upset about it. Like, I'd feel very just like anxious and distressed about it. And I felt like the whole time block thing was almost working against me. It was creating some anxiety whenever it didn't go according to plan. And that's just ridiculous. Like, it's just I need to think of it as a starting point. This is how I'm going to attempt to function through my day. But I need to allow for things to go off kilter. I probably even need to block into my day, like, a half hour for the unexpected or an hour for the unexpected of just like whatever time. And then be a little bit more fluid with the time. Okay, something came up at 10:30. I have to deal with this phone call. I have to do a fight with the insurance company or whatever. That's going to throw me off for the day. That's okay. Everything else can be moved off by half an hour. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So I'm going to give that a try again. I am going to try to time block my days a little bit, but also try to remind myself to just relax when it doesn't go according to plan. If 4 days out of 7 it goes according to plan, that's progress. That means 4 days out of 7, I probably managed to get into my dollhouse workshop a little bit. So I think that's what I have to tell you for this week. Let me know about whether time blocking works for you. Have you ever tried it? Does it work for you? Do you tend to get distressed and anxious when your plans get off kilter and something throws you off of your time schedule? The other thing is, I had a really bad laryngeal spasm today. My voice is still kind of reacting to it. So it was one of the I can't breathe at all kind. It did pass quickly. I have learned strategies to get them to release, but they're still terrifying in the extreme. And that was really kind of just a frustrating and discouraging thing. But I'm here. I survived it. Probably won't have another full-blown one like that for a while. And I'm sure everything will just go fine this week, and I just need to relax and stop working myself into anxiety about silly little things. So, yeah. So it was actually a pretty good week. I did get some fun things done in the dollhouse, and hopefully I'll get a few more fun things in. I have some lighting on order, some little bits and pieces on order with my Christmas money that I got, and I hope to have some fun things to show you next week. So I hope you get some good dollhouse therapy. I hope you are ready to get back to work on whatever it is that you're doing after having Christmas and New Year's and things like that that sort of interrupted our work weeks for us. And I will talk to you next Sunday. Hopefully I get this up on Sunday still, up tonight. All right, thank you. Take care. Bye. I'll talk to you soon.